Welcome to the mat. Welcome to your practice. This is an evening experience to cultivate hope for a new day. We are going to work with the postural categories of laterals or side bending, as well as subtle back bends. Both of these postural categories are enlivening, invigorating, uplifting. However, since it's the evening, we'll be tapping into the subtler, gentler version of these postures. But in essence, at their core, they do provide these qualities or this energetic profile, so to speak. And when I think about that and us heading into our evening and eventually into a state of sleep, I think about cultivating and creating hope for what tomorrow will bring. So often in my own world, I go to bed thinking about everything that I'm responsible for or how the day didn't manifest as I had originally intended it to. And I don't close my eyes with this sense of hope or possibility, right, for what tomorrow will bring. So this practice seeks to create this state of being, this state of mind. Yeah? So I would love for you to have two blocks on either side of you set up like mine are. I am seated atop a blanket. I will soon roll that blanket into a burrito-like shape. If you have a bolster, you can substitute a bolster for my burrito blanket, but you can also use a blanket just like I intend to. Finally, be comfortable, be cozy, make your environment warm, welcoming, and inviting so we can really settle into this evening practice and experience its benefits. Lastly, we'll end with a pranayama practice called 𝗪𝗪𝗶, 3-part breath or the full yogic breath. And the only contraindication is if you have just eaten, it'll probably create some discomfort. Or if you have any type of upper respiratory or nasal congestion, it might be quite difficult. In that case, breathe naturally and normally, stay present, stay with us. You'll still benefit from the end of the practice. So we'll begin in an upright seated posture. Again, I'm seated at the edge of a blanket here, helping to elongate my spine after a long day of efforting and fulfilling my roles and responsibilities, right? So roots down, feel that sense of foundation that the earth plane provides here. I love to connect with the earth plane at the beginning of my practice because it always reminds me that I am held, I am supported, I am safe. Even if the inner dialogue isn't making me feel that way. So the earth plane helps me come back to this reality. And I hope it does for you too. So roots down, lift through the crown, and start to breathe with a bit more presence and intention. Inhale and exhale through the nose. And I love to take some sighs out the mouth on the exhale to let the day go. So feel free to do that with me as well. Last one. Taking a moment to arrive, to build that sense of hope, that sense of excitement, that tomorrow we get to try again. We have a whole new day of possibility that lies ahead. Anchoring into that. Beautiful. Sweep the arms high, out to the sides, up overhead, palms touch, maybe gaze at those fingertips, and bring the right hand either down to the earth plane or down to a block. Let the elbow bend in towards the body here and sweep the left arm overhead. Keep that left hip point anchored into the earth plane. Breathe from that left hip crease all up through the side body, through the pelvic bowl, through the abdomen, through the rib cage, the intercostal muscles, into the armpit, up through the arm, elbow joint, wrist joint, all 5 fingers here. Allow yourself to extend and expand into that hope for what tomorrow can bring. Despite how messy or challenging life currently is, last breath here. Windmill to the other side, please. Set yourself up for success. Left hand firmly plants, elbow bends in toward the body. Right hand sweeps overhead. And again, anchor the right hip down. And then crawl your awareness up through the right side of the body here. Pelvic bowl, abdomen, rib cage, intercostal muscles, armpit, shoulder joint, upper arm, elbow joint, forearm, wrist, all 5 fingers, feeling enlivened here. Back through to center, reach both arms high now, and exhale to fold forward. Simply walk the hands as far forward as you can without creating strain. And you may even bring the forearms down to the ground here. Let the head hang heavy. The core quality of this posture is inner nourishment. How can you organize yourself in a way that you do in fact feel a sense of nourishment? Last 2 breaths. Begin to rise back up, please. Beautiful. Interlace the hands behind the back. Create that fist with the hands. Send the hands down towards the earth plane. Roll the shoulders back, broaden across the chest. Big inhale, breath. Exhale, fold again, lifting the arms as high as you can. We may not fold as far forward as we once did. Rise back up again. Big inhale. Exhale, fold. Rise up. And release. Roll the shoulders. Roll them in the opposite direction. Beautiful. And now we're going to head into a lateral side body stretch, either rolling up your blanket into a burrito-like shape or using a bolster and placing it horizontally across the mat towards the top. Okay, so we have a nice burrito here. And let's start on our right side towards the mat. Knees are stacked or they can be staggered. You'll decide once you get into the posture. And we're bringing the bolster or the blanket to the rib cage. All right, so begin to lower. Right side of the rib cage down onto your prop. Extend the right arm out. Let it act like a pillow for the head here. And the left arm will reach overhead, placing the left palm in the right hand. You're definitely feeling a sense of restriction on the right side as you breathe. That's okay. Focus your awareness in the left rib cage, where you feel a sense of freedom, a sense of hope for what tomorrow can bring. Challenge yourself to hold your awareness, to hold your presence in the left hemisphere of the body, where you feel that sense of freedom, where you feel that availability to breathe more easily, where you can cultivate a sense of hope, a sense of possibility. Keep breathing here. Another minute together, such a mirror for how off the mat in our lives, there's always two truths happening. We could feel a sense of resistance. We can be wading through an obstacle, and yet we can hold out hope for what is possible. I love when the postures act like mirrors. Last cycle of breath. Use your left hand, press into the earth plane to slowly rise up. And let's switch sides. No big deal. Make your way there. Left rib cage connecting with your chosen prop today. Left arm extending long along the earth plane. Legs stacked or staggered. Head resting atop the left arm as if it's a pillow. Right arm reaching overhead. Palms holding one another. We're here for 3 minutes together. Again, anchor your awareness now in the right hemisphere of the body, right side of the rib cage. Tap into the freedom that you're feeling here. stay here, stay present, stick with the breath. Anchor your awareness. Last breath. Slowly rise up and shift either your bolster or your blanket closer towards the top of the mat as we come into Sphinx pose together. Bringing the elbows to rest in front of the prop. Take your time as you lower the navel, the abdomen down to the earth plane. Extend through both legs. Feel a sense of length here. And we want the prop really nestled beneath, right beneath the breasts, right at the sternum area. Press down through the elbows, the whole of the forearm, the palm of the hand, all 10 fingers here. Lift and broaden through the sternum and the collarbone. Press down through the thighs, the knees, tops of the feet. Feel a sense of elongation from the toes all the way through to the crown of the head. Neck and head are in alignment with the spine. Continue to breathe. This posture, we can imagine that the arms are creating this gateway or portal to remembering our wisdom, our innate intuition. And when we think about being hopeful for what tomorrow can bring, often we need to tap into our wisdom body, the 𝗪𝗙𝗎𝗄𝗃 𝗪𝗀. We need to transcend the fluctuations, the disturbances of the mental, emotional body, and remember our wisdom, remember what's true, remember what's possible. Another minute or so here. Invitation to close those eyes and pull yourself inward or gaze slightly ahead, whatever feels best. Keep pressing into the earth plane, lifting the chest. We're in a subtle back bend. Final 3 breaths. Lowering down for a moment. Stack the hands, rest the forehead. Let the upper back and the neck soften.
2 final breaths. Heading back into Balasana, child's pose. Take your time. Move with ease. Slide the blanket or bolster off the mat. Reach the hips back towards the heels. Arms extend forward. Relax the forehead to the mat here. I am grounded. I am supported. And therefore, I am able to believe in what tomorrow can bring. I choose hope. I choose possibility. I choose to be excited. Inhale, lift the gaze slightly. Walk hands over to the right. Relax the head back down. Lift the gaze slightly. Back through center and over towards the right. Forehead releases. Back through to center. Rise up into tabletop and guide yourself through several rounds of cat-cow. Bottom of your next exhale, meet me in an upright seated posture to end with pranayama. Staying centered as you transition here, keeping the senses pulled inward, focused on the practice. Bringing yourself into a supported upright seated posture, whatever that may mean to you, whatever props are available, bring them into this seat here. Roots down, shoulders stacked over the hips, extension through the spine, all the way through to the crown of the head, chin slightly tucks, and a sense of expansion through all of the sheaths, through all of the postures that we've done here. There's a sense of ease. You may want to place your hands on the lower abdomen as we begin to breathe into the belly here, inflating the abdomen on an inhale, deflating completely on an exhale. Imagining that the lower abdomen is like a balloon. You're blowing it up to its full capacity and you're allowing it to deflate completely. So emptying and filling the lower belly as much as you can without straining. At the bottom of your next exhale, climb the hands up to the rib cage here. And you may want to keep one hand on the belly, one hand at the side of the ribs. And we'll now breathe into the rib cage, into the thoracic region of the body. See if you can flare the ribs out on an inhale and pull the ribs back in on your exhale. Last cycle like this. Bottom of your exhale, bring the fingertips to rest right beneath the collarbones. And as you inhale and exhale, feel the subtle rise and fall of the chest here. Filling and emptying the whole torso completely with each inhale and exhale. And last cycle. Release the hands to the tops of the thighs and now take full and complete breaths, filling the abdomen, the rib cage, and the upper lobes of the lungs or the chest region. One more minute here, breathing like this. Take a final cycle of 𝗪𝗹𝗶𝗲 breath. At the bottom of your exhale, release 𝗪𝗹𝗶𝗃 completely. Sit quietly as I read us a bedtime story. When I feel small in a world so big, I tell my wiggling body, be still. I tell my thinking mind, be quiet. I tell my racing breath, be slow. I close my eyes and make room in my mind and in my heart to create and imagine. I am yoga. I can touch the sky. I am so tall. I can soar among the clouds. I am so free. I can sparkle with the stars. I shimmer and shine. I can dance with the moon. I light up the night. I can sail on the sea. I go with the flow. I can open my heart. I feel love. I can see far and wide. I am focused. I can turn things upside down. I am playful. I can stand up for me. I can stand up for others. I can stand up for peace. I can open like a flower. I am beautiful. I can carry beauty with me. I am full. I can say I've had enough for today. I relax. I can rest. I am calm. Now the world is just the right speed. Now my world is just the right size. Now I see I fit in just fine. I am yoga. I can be anything. Bring your hands into prayer at the heart center. Take a centering breath to integrate that. Inhale for Om with me. Om. Gradually open the eyes. I sincerely hope that you feel a sense of hope as you continue into your evening, as you head into a state of sleep, and as you awaken tomorrow and awaken with a sense of possibility for what tomorrow can bring. Thank you as always for meeting me on the mat. I will continue to meet you back here so we can keep practicing yoga holistically together.